Welcome to the Man Cave Report. I'm John Mattingly. I'm also known online as the Purple Muse. Hey, it's New Year's Eve, and we're going to present our wrap-up edition of the Man Cave Report for 2010. We're going to cover 7 items that we thought were really significant during the past year that we think you may find interesting. So stay tuned. The number 1 item on our list for this evening's report is the increase in the value of precious metals from the end of 2009 to the end of 2010. In fact, that's the end of trading today. The price of silver went up from $16.99 at the end of 2009 to $30.91 at the close of trading today, an increase of 81.9%. The price of gold advanced from $1,096.50 to $1,421.60 at the close of trading today, an increase of 29.6%. So everyone who thinks that the printing of money by the Federal Reserve over the past year didn't do anything, just take a look at the price of precious metals and you'll see what the real story is. Item number 2 on our list this evening is the fall election, in which the Republicans crushed the Democrats by taking over 60 seats in the House of Representatives and making Nancy Pelosi the ex-Speaker of the House. In fact, what's reported in the Washington Post over the past week is that Nancy Pelosi is moving her officers from the Speaker's office down to the Minority Leader's office, which is the right place for her to be as far as I'm concerned. So Nancy, your time as Speaker of the House is over, and you're never going to be there again, I hope. Number 3 on our list is the impact that the Tea Party has had in the general elections in November. As we all know, the Tea Party has developed over the last couple of years. They nominated a number of candidates for both House and Senate seats, as well as local elections around the country. Now, some of those candidates were a little flaky, I will admit, but a number of them got elected. And hopefully we're going to see a new attitude that represents the actual beliefs of the people coming into the Congress next week. Number 4 on our list is our wonderful chairman of the Federal Reserve, Ben Bernanke. Now, Ben goes on 60 Minutes and says that the Federal Reserve is not printing money. But Jon Stewart, just a few days later, shows a clip from Ben Bernanke of a couple of years ago telling the Congress that we are printing money. And Ben, we all know the Federal Reserve is printing money, and that's why the price of precious metals has increased so dramatically. They're taking your lousy Federal Reserve notes and devaluing them because you're printing so much of them. So thank you, Ben, for your wonderful performance as head of the Federal Reserve. Number 5 on our list this evening is hopefully the end of the liberal progressive era here in the U.S. Now, the passage of the Health Care Act earlier this year was a major piece of legislation. It's full of bad policy. I think we all know that. We now know that the bulk of the country doesn't even want it passed or doesn't want it implemented. So hopefully that will represent the peak of the power of the liberal progressive part of our country. And we will have the center-right portion of the country, the people that are in the middle, that have both a conservative financial perspective as well as a reasonably liberal or moderate social perspective, end up creating policy for our nation. And so liberal progressives, goodbye. Number 6 on our list is the wonderful year-end doubleheader of the Obama administration's negotiation with congressional Republicans to continue the Bush tax cuts in exchange for additional tax relief for Social Security payers, as well as continuation of unemployment compensation benefits, combined with the Deficit Commission report that was not approved by the Deficit Commission for recommendation to the Congress to be acted upon. So after all the discussion we had about needing to deal with the deficits, what has our wonderful Congress and administration done but created more larger deficits? So all I can say to all the politicians that were serving here at the end of the year, you guys did an absolutely horrible job, and we'll see if the changes in the makeup of the Congress truly change the direction of our country beginning next week. And item number 7, last but not least, deals with leadership. Which of the Republicans will come out and lead the nation forward to finally get its spending and its taxes under control? Who will actually begin the process of closing the deficit? Will any Republican truly stand up and tell the country what they need to hear, which is major cuts in spending across the board, maybe there's some small increase in certain taxes once we have control of our spending, but who will actually step forward and take away the goodie jar that both Republicans and Democrats have been giving to the people now for far too many years? I don't expect any Democrat to step up and provide that leadership, but who will the Republican be? That's the mystery for 2011. And we'll all find out a year from now if anything really happens to make progress on this critical item. In the meantime, Ben Bernanke, Mr. Helicopter Ben himself, will keep printing money hand over fist with QE2 and QE3 and who knows beyond that. So that's it for now. We'll see you in 2011. Good night.